If money success had to be one word, it's not returns. It's not crypto. It's not even salary. It's survival. Because most people don't lose wealth by being slightly wrong. They lose wealth by getting wiped out, one bad bet, one too big loan, or one panic decision. If you want to master the mindset of the wealthy and increase your financial acumen to grow your net worth, hit the subscribe button and join our community of smart investors. Now, let's look at why survival is everything. Think about middle class and upper middle class life. You're building slowly, managing monthly payments, kids' education, insurance, and investment goals for your house or retirement. You don't need to become a genius investor. You just need to avoid one single moment that destroys 10 years of progress. That is the whole game. Let's go back to a famous stock market crash. One investor made a fortune because he positioned himself for fall. Imagine coming home and telling your family, "Relax, we're not ruined. We're actually richer." At the same time, another wealthy person bet in the opposite direction, too much, and was completely destroyed. Most people stop the lesson there and say, "See? Be the smart guy. Predict the crash." But the real lesson comes next. A few years later, the guy who won big became overconfident. He started taking bigger bets. He started believing his own hype. And eventually, he lost it all too. Both men had the same weakness. They knew how to get wealthy, but they didn't know how to stay wealthy. Getting money usually requires optimism, risk-taking, and pushing hard with confidence. But keeping money requires the exact opposite. Humility, patience, risk control, and a little fear that this can go wrong. Not the kind of fear that paralyzes you, but the kind that makes you protect yourself. The world doesn't care about your plans. Now, here is a painfully relatable story. 3 smart investors are building wealth with the same skills and the same circle. But one of them is in a hurry. He uses borrowed money to invest, using leverage, because he wants faster results. Then a big market fall happens. When you use leverage, you don't get to wait it out. You get margin calls. You are forced to sell at the worst possible time. The others survived, not because they were smarter, but because they weren't forced sellers. That one difference, being forced to exit, changes your entire life. So, what does survival mean for regular people? Here are 5 rules that actually work. First, never risk your basics for your bonuses. Don't risk rent money, emergency funds, or your kids' fees for an opportunity. Second, keep a cash buffer. Cash feels boring in bull markets, but it gives you one superpower. You don't panic sell. One avoided panic sale can beat years of smart stock picking. Third, avoid heavy leverage. Loans for assets you can handle are okay, but leverage that can wipe you out in one bad year is poison. Fourth, build a plan that survives reality. Most plans fail because they assume life will be smooth. It won't. Job changes, medical issues, market crashes, and family responsibilities will happen. A good plan has room for error. Fifth, be optimistic for the long term, but paranoid for the short term. Be optimistic that over 10 to 20 years, growth is possible. But be paranoid that in the next 12 months, anything can happen. So don't make fragile decisions. That combination is how you stay in the game. Most people chase the highest returns. But wealth is not built by the highest return. It is built by good enough returns that you can stick with for a long time. Compounding only works if you survive. If you're building wealth, your first goal isn't to be brilliant. Your first goal is, don't blow up,